Hello, I'm Maricela Kelleton with the Midday News. While the Papua New Guinea University of Technology in Lae, Moraba Province has launched its gender equity, disability and social inclusion policy, more work needs to be done. Registrar Veronica Thomas said PNG UOT has lined up its objectives in line with the GEDSI policy, which will take time.
But what's immediate is now looking at how we can look at infrastructure around the campus to help with the, like we will see, we have 2 floors in most of these engineering buildings. So we're looking at, the committee has already had its first meeting, its second meeting. And so we're putting together a list of projects that we need to actually start budgeting for, and looking at how we're going to deliver these projects to make the place a bit more accessible. And it's not only for students, we're also thinking of our staff as well. As you can see, we've got pavements here that have been actually improved so that a wheelchair access student can actually, help himself around the campus. But going forward, we're also looking at the admission policies and our other administrative processes so that we can give effect to this policy.
The Malaysian Association of Papua New Guinea has donated medical supplies valued at 30,000 kina to Guinea General Hospital to support health service delivery in the National Capital District. The donation was handed over by the High Commissioner of Malaysia to Papua New Guinea, His Excellency Hamizen Hashim, and Y. Mun Ho, Vice President of the Malaysian Association of PNG. Mr. Mun Ho shared that the Malaysian Association has been involved in charity initiatives in the country since 2001. He says investing in health service delivery is vital for the well-being of communities across NCD and PNG. Manager of Guinea General Hospital, Dr. Esther Gabut, expressed appreciation for the timely support. She said the hospital faces challenges during emergencies and much of its medical equipment has been damaged or is outdated, affecting its services. Therefore, the donation helps restore critical functions within the hospital. Professor Nicholas Gania is the director of the Research Center in Social Sciences at the Divine Word University. For several years, he has been voluntarily implementing cultural and art training for inmates at the Beyond Correctional Institute. On Saturday, 21st June, he received a surprise call informing him that he had won the JAX design competition. However, he had sent in 3 designs by Sebastian Luke, aged 25 from Transgogol, who is an inmate and one of his students.
Yesterday, the team from JAX of PNG in Midday held a reception for young Sebastian, who had won the JAX design competition and also launched their independence campaign with a new line of clothing nationwide. Midday JAX manager Sylvia Ruru believes it is timely, and this sends out a powerful message to everyone that no matter who you are, second chances do come true. She stated that it was also incredible how Sebastian touched the judges without them knowing any of his background. Professor Nicholas Gania was overwhelmed and thanked Sebastian for his efforts, but also told the crowd at JAX that he represented a group of people, the inmates of Beyond. As an academic, Professor Gania spoke about second chances and how PNG is a nation that struggles with people given second chances. He elaborated on how best stakeholders and those in positions of authority can bring about positive changes when given second chances.
Sebastian is also representing a much bigger group of people, all the prisoners of beyond. He knows that, and he's here because indeed he has also the support of many other people who are detained over there. This country is challenging for everyone, for absolutely everyone. Even for those who have a comfortable life, it's complicated. And for those who do not have a comfortable life, it's even more complicated. I think all of us who have a little bit of a mean, we can contribute, work together to find a second chance. As an academic, I think I have to do my share as well as an academic.
Professor Ganya thanked Correctional Service Commander at Bion, Jackson Kubag, and his team for allowing him to interact with the inmates and the Divine Word University and his team. He urged all universities in the country to engage in meaningful development. He also congratulated Jacks of PNG for giving all Papua New Guineans the opportunity to celebrate creativity and local talent across the nation for people even with less resources, such as the inmates. It was emotional for Sebastian as he did not believe an inmate like him could win. He only designed it as a desire for artwork.
La pepa, mino shoot lo drawings la pepa, misa ose mi karabus man. La pepa meluge mi karego mi putim. Misili pandanit nam stantalo, mosquito net domigen. Misili pon nam pilo se noga wok lo wokin so mixin nam mi wokin so. Tani kontakian na maskilo dis la pepa na one plan mino wokimet. Mi wokim gono. Am toke mi nugat payetim udis lagen now mi etim the same day yet mi pinisim. Now I'm se mi kimem lo abino. Mi trying best do mi lo wokim design. Mino semba mi vino dis lakain. Mi wokim sol go.
Susan Oriape, TVWAN News.
In regional news, Australia will provide Solomon Islands with dozens of vehicles and cybersecurity support to help it host a high-profile meeting of Pacific leaders in September, as well as ramping up funding for aerial surveillance to track illegal fishing flotillas across the region. The Pacific Minister Pat Conroy in Honiara, where he will announce a $20 million support package for the Pacific Islands Forum Leaders meeting. Leaders at the meeting will grapple with a host of issues, including climate finance and Australia's bid to co-host a conference of the parties' climate meeting, a new Oceans of Peace security framework championed by Fiji's Prime Minister, and a review of the Pacific diplomatic architecture. Concerned parents and community members are petitioning against Marib Nong City Council's decision to remove the requirement for the provider of a Footscray childcare centre to be not for profit.
Sons and daughters of the West taking a stand. Their message is simple: kids over profit.
When I found out about it, I was shocked.
The Maribyrnong City Council voted last week to ditch the requirement for the Bulldogs Community Children's Centre to have a not-for-profit provider.
We had no idea that there was even a discussion to renew this lease.
Set in the shadows of Whitten Oval, the council has held the lease with the Western Bulldogs Football Club since 2009, run by Early Childhood Management Services. The current lease expired in April last year. The Bulldogs now requesting a new 10-year lease and new terms. It means commercial operators can bid for the right to run the centre.
I'm concerned about the impacts to staff, the impacts to our children, and overall the fact that for-profit centres are less connected to the local community.
To Maria Meek, the centre has been a second family. Her eldest daughter finishing up there last year and her youngest following in his sister's footsteps.
Is Charlie being funny?
She's concerned if the centre does become commercial, securing a place may become more difficult.
It's hard enough as it is to get into childcare centres locally, let alone adding the whole profit being a part of the argument.
That's why we pay our rates, because we want council to provide high quality, not-for-profit, whether it be aged care, early childhood education.
The Western Bulldogs say the new lease will allow more flexibility and long-term security without compromising affordability. But many parents just want the current not-for-profit provider to continue to run the service.
We really hope that this was just a lapse in judgment and a lapse in wording in a council motion, and we hope that this is a big fuss for nothing.
Chasing clarity on a centre close to people's hearts.
The national government has provided a significant boost to Team PNG for the upcoming Pacific Mini-Games in Palau, announcing a 4.1 million kina in funding through the Minister for Sports on behalf of the Marape Rosso-led government.
On behalf of the government, Emma, we just gave the approval to support 4.1 million kina towards your expenses. Convey this support to all of you.
During last night's Team PNG official farewell at the Tauranga Aquatic Centre, National Minister for Sport Theo Kinoka was honoured to grace the occasion with his presence and to show and express the government's continued support towards our athletes even at the 11th hour, making sure our athletes continue to showcase their incredible skills and athleticism competing at the international stage.
As we officially farewell Team PNG ahead of the 2025 Pacific Mini-Games in Palau. To our athletes, you're the main reason why I'm here and all of us are here. This moment is a celebration of your dedication, the sacrifice and hard work you have all put in to prepare for this event. You have trained in the heat, in the rain, in the early mornings and the late evenings. You have pushed through injuries, doubts and setbacks. And now you are about to wear the red, black and gold on the international stage, not just as competitors, but as ambassadors of our great country.
PNG President Emma Waiwai expressed her gratitude to the government, particularly commending the Marape Rosso administration for fulfilling its commitment at a critical moment through Sports Minister Theo Kinoka. Waiwai again stressed the significance of government funding support, making sure our athletes have the opportunity to compete to the best of their ability on the international stage and representing their country with great pride.
And to the government of Papua New Guinea, through the leadership of our Prime Minister and our Sports Minister, thank you for always standing behind Team PNG. Time and again, even at the 11th hour, you have stepped in to ensure our athletes have the support they need to represent our country with pride. Your commitment to sport and to our young people is deeply appreciated. To all our athletes, remember that every drop of sweat, every early morning, every sacrifice you have made has brought you to this moment. This moment is yours. Step into it, own it, and let your light shine. Compete with courage, win with humility, lose with grace, and above all, represent our nation with honor.
Team PNG departs for Palau today in 2 groups via a New Guinea charter. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The Gold Coast Half Marathon sold out in 4 hours and the full marathon sold out in 4 days, with more than 10,000 people on the waiting list. Scammers have been flooding social media sites offering to sell non-existent tickets.
Jessica Yapella loves to run. This year, she was hoping to fulfil her dream of competing in the Gold Coast Half Marathon.
The Gold Coast is stunning, so obviously it will be a beautiful run. But I think it's also the feeling of like people coming together to do something so special.
But when the event sold out in record time, the 33-year-old turned to the internet for a resale ticket.
One night I went into this Facebook group, which I thought was legit because of the amount of members that are in that group.
After transferring money for the ticket, Miss Yapella realised she'd fallen victim to a scam.
It's about the act, and how can we not feel secure on the internet with anything?
The Gold Coast Marathon is one of the city's biggest events. This year, 38,000 people will run across 2 days, with more than 10,000 still on the wait list. Experts say given the event's popularity, it's no surprise it's become a magnet for scammers.
There's been an upsurge in this kind of thing around the world. Any major sporting event seems to attract this.
Race organisers are urging anyone trying to buy a resale ticket to contact them to make sure it's legitimate.
Just like any event, whether it's a Taylor Swift concert or whether it's, you know, something that involves ticketing, you're going to get scammers. We want people to be diligent.
If an offer looks too good to be true, and if there's time pressure involved, then it is probably a scam.
For now, Jessica Yapella is looking ahead to next year.
So I'm definitely disappointed, but I know it's going to come again. I'm definitely going to be watching it.
That's been today's news update. Join us at 6 tonight for our main bulletin. Bye for now.